It's February.
Hey.
February. My favorite month.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because spring is on the horizon.
Yep.
I'm over this cold stuff. And we've talked about this going into 2025, and here we are. Want to get back to doing some more blinds. And so that's what we have here. I don't know how many times I've seen the Weller 107 compared to the Bardstown Weeded that just came out this year. So we have $50 price point, 60 to 65 should be price point.
Yeah.
But in the real world.
But a lot of people probably going to be spending 100 to 120 is what full-on secondary. So if you're one of those people, you know, it's going to range from 60 to 120. This one right in the middle of them at 80. So we have the Redwood Screaming Titan that we reviewed and decided, or did we review it? Did we just have it? I don't remember.
We got to get back in the habit of writing this stuff down.
Yeah.
I've drank it since then.
Yeah. Either way, it's really good, and it surprised, I think, pretty much all of us because we were new to the Redwood game and hadn't had anything. So now I'm starting to. You picked up a couple of different Redwoods since that time, and just kind of opened the door for a different distillery, different state that you wouldn't think normally makes good whiskey. But hey, so I thought this would be kind of a fun deal to see. Is Weller Antique 107, is it really worth the hype when you can compare it to these two, what I'm going to say is readily available if they're distributed in your state?
Sure.
That's the key, because neither one of them are...
Yeah. Having said all that, we still can't get it here.
Yeah, well, at least the Bardstown yet. The Redwood Empire is distributed here, but I've never seen the Screaming Titan. We have the cheaper ones here, but... before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we should totally invite everybody to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Yeah.
We're trying to grow this bad boy in 2025. Let us know what you think of this blind, and let's get started. We've got these blinded up, and we're going to tell you if Tater Weller is what you should be hunting.
Is it worth it? The wheated?
Jimmy, this is kind of like right in your alley right now. You've been getting down on some weeded bourbons lately, so
making a believer out of me. That smells good.
Oh, those are different. Very much different. Oh. Okay, what now? This first glass is a lot of toffee, brown sugar, maybe a little bit of a fruit note coming through, a little bit bready.
A little bit. It was the sweetest of the three, I think.
The middle one is significantly different. If you were so glass 1 and 3 are similar-ish. The middle glass is the one that stands out as very different for me. It's almost like a little funky citrus.
I would concur.
Like almost if you were to like a wheat or a grain and like a lemon peel.
Warm. Like warm, so you guys ever made candied orange peels or candied lemon peels?
I have a candied orange simple syrup in my refrigerator upstairs.
So I'm thinking it's because it's not like cloyingly sweet citrus. It's like
it's grainy. It's kind of got a funk to it.
It's like tart and then like kind of sugared, I guess.
I felt like the finish was really mild on that middle one.
Number 3,
kind of hanging out.
Man, number 3 is really good. Very similar to 1. Man, that's tough. Do you get 1 and 3 as similar on the nose? I don't know if you. I haven't even tasted any of them yet. I'm trying to figure out which one I like on the nose.
We'll get to work, son.
Okay.
The middle one's really
The middle one's the
smooth.
outlier. It's the one that's different than like the other two are. They smell similar. They
One just makes me want to curl up on a nice cold day with a
be
book.
tough.
No,
Yeah.
no, just kidding. I don't read.
Yeah, read labels. That's about the closest we get around here. We're not here to educate you very much. So.
It has reading.
Okay, yep, that's now.
I'm gonna go back through them here.
It's definitely the outlier different. 1 and 3 are so similar.
Trying to pick out what's different that I can find with my limited skills here.
Okay, so here's gonna be the interesting thing. Is number 2 the Redwood because it's a California bourbon, and the other two are Kentucky.
It wouldn't surprise me, but one, I'm a terrible gambler, and two, it falls off. Like the middle glass is good, but there's nothing real remarkable.
There's a little bit of like a baking spice on number 1, like a cinnamon bread. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm liking number 1.
I'm trying to think of what exactly the difference between 1 and 3 is. Is there anything that you can pick up as, because they are very similar to me.
I think it's the sweet bread. There's like a sweet bread note in 1. It's like a cinnamon roll, kind of.
That's way okay. Yep, I see it. No, 1 is the cinnamon roll sweet bread. Number 2 is more of like a spicy rye bread.
Yeah, that one was like sweet buttery cinnamon roll.
Ooh, you got any guesses?
Nope.
I don't either.
I'd love to believe that middle one is the Redwood, but I couldn't pick 1 and 3 apart if indeed that is the case.
I'm gonna say 1 and 3 are so close for me. Right now, my palate likes 1, but I could see tonight or tomorrow or next week or whatever, I could see me gravitating towards 3.
Sure. I was a number 1 guy myself. I mean,
I like 1.
Yeah, one across the board. Then
let's figure it out.
Is 3 your favorite or second, or do you like 2?
Yeah, 1, 3, 2 in that order for me.
Going with these 3 at the same time, I'm going with 2 as my second.
Really?
Okay.
Because it's different. It is.
This
one is kind of a little of both. So I'm kind of
okay.
I'm gonna go with the 2 extremes, and the other one is just kind of there.
I can buy that for sure.
That's a little sharper.
It bites like corner of the mouth.
Got a little bit, yeah.
It's kind of bitey.
Now that you go back like the empty glass, it's got kind of a funk that goofy.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Oh yeah, there's not a turd in the bunch.
No, I wouldn't shake a stick at any of these. All right, so 1 is clearly the favorite, I think, pretty clear. So let's see what we got. It's C. Pull it.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Who thought it?
The Weller 107 today. And when I first picked it up and smelled it, that's A.
Yeah, B was, we were right on the Redwood too. Sorry to cut your mojo there, but
So
California's in the middle.
we got Weller, Redwood, and
Bardstown.
Bardstown.
Gotcha, Bardstown.
So when I first picked this up and smelled it, I thought to myself, there's a grape note. This has got to be the Weller. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to look dumb and be wrong.
This time.
Yeah, this time. For the first time ever.
No, that was a tight race. Obviously, you kind of knew that Bardstown and Antique 107 were going to be similar.
So what do you think? So where are we at on suggestions? Obviously, I think at $48, $49, $50.
Yeah, this is the bottle I would buy just because of that price.
Kick-ass looking bottle.
Oh, they're cool.
Cool square shape. I love that bottle.
Yep.
And hey, it's pretty damn good too.
Yeah, man, it was a close. 1 and 3 were pretty close.
Yeah.
I just think Weller's is a little smoother. just
I
overall.
wish, now doing this blind, I do wish that the Redwood wasn't 80.
Yeah. It's hard to recommend. I mean, unless, if you're into art, their bottle
Their
series is
it's
cool.
really
but
awesome. I would buy another bottle. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy another bottle, because I would.
you wouldn't go secondary plus at over $100 for it.
No,
probably.
and I don't know if there really is a
Nah,
secondary
I don't
for
think
them.
so on these.
But
We're not going to California to get one.
I
know
kind of
that.
wish it was more in the, even $10 cheaper at 70. I think would be the perfect price point for it.
Yeah, because you could recommend it. I mean, we still can.
I
It's just
still
a
am.
little-
I
it's a
still
bit
am
of a
going to
stretch.
recommend it. If your budget allows, I think 80 is in the ballpark. It's not like it's.
All of these at retail are fabulous.
Oh yeah.
You
say retail, you mean the two that you can get at retail all the
and
time.
this tater turd that people think is fabulous and
It
used to be
is, as it
$44.99.
turns out, it is.
It was the best under $50 whiskey for the longest time. And then, the secondary
And the
market
internet took
ranked it.
over.
Yeah. Oh man, that cinnamon roll thing with that's coming through. The less liquid gets in here. I like cinnamon rolls.
Me too.
God, Tommy, I can hear you getting fatter.
Jeez, Bernice, I thought you were on a diet.
So there you have it. That is official sciencey stuff there.
Yeah.
The Weller 107 takes it today, but again, the
Different-
Bardstown was close enough for me
Yep.
that if you have the opportunity to get this at 100 or 120 or that at 50,
Buy a couple.
Buy a couple
buy two
Bardstown.
Bardstown Weededs.
Yep.
And if you just want to if you love Weededs and your budget allows and
Yeah.
you want to try a really good one and $80 is doable for you and something different, California bourbon, that Redwood it's good. Don't let my kind of lackluster.
It's unique compared to the other ones, though.
Yep.
Like
It
you
is.
said, it's because it's from a different region. There's totally different nuances of it.
And it's a
So,
4-grain too.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it's substantially different. That's probably why it stood out is the fact that it's a 4-grain.
a little
So,
more rye in it.
but all right, guys,
There it is.
glad we did that
Yeah.
because we can now officially dub
This is
the
the
Weller Antique 107 as the king of the Weededs.
Is Old Rip 10 weeded?
It is.
Huh.
We should have thrown that in there.
Man, it's a pity if somebody didn't have a bottle of that somewhere.
I do. Maybe we should do that. Next time, you're going to have to hit the old subscribe and follow along, hit the little bell. We'll get into the old Rip 10, and we'll see you next time right here, Thin Blue Whiskey.